Hello again. This video is regarding tempering heat treatment process. Hope you remember I have already done with 4 types of heat treatment process: annealing, normalizing, hardening. 3 heat treatment process: annealing, normalizing, and hardening. This is the 4th one. Okay, tempering process. Okay. This tempering process is the continuation of hardening process. Why tempering after hardening is, if you remember, hardening, I told you, it is mainly focusing on the formation of martensite. Why? Because that phase has lot of hardness, and to introduce hardness in a phase means it is to form martensite in the microstructure level. Okay. Now, this no doubt martensitic at the microstructure is very important because that results in the hardness and everything. Although it is strong, it is also at the same time brittle. Obviously, we know that steel specimens are not brittle, they are ductile. You have to enhance that ductility in them. When martensite is there, that means hardness is there. Okay, correct. But that hardness also can be another side effect of that hardness is it will be a brittle material also. It can add up the brittleness also. So you have to lightly modify that. It definitely impacts fracture on the hardened steel, hardened metal. That is why it is very much necessary to modify that properties, and that modification, further continuation of the hardened steel is tempering process. Okay, so the purpose is mainly you are reducing the brittleness in the hardened steel, you are improving, relieving the internal stress, increasing the percentage elongation, everything with respect to hardened steel. Okay, process is very simple. It is done immediately after quench hardening, when the steel cools to about 40 degrees Celsius. If you remember, we are obviously allowing it to quench, correct? So when that quenching is done, when the specimen has cooled to around lightly higher than room temperature, say around 40 degrees Celsius, this tempering process will be done. What we do here is we will reheat that cooled hardened specimen again, but to the temperature below the lower critical temperature. Lower critical temperature is 727 degrees Celsius. Hardened specimen has cooled to 40 degrees Celsius. You are reheating it but below 727 degrees Celsius. Okay, what happens? That reheating, it will permit the partial transformation of whatever the martensite. It will transform that martensite and it will relieve all that internal residual stresses. Whatever the stresses were left out, all those things will get relieved because you are reheating it. With increasing tempering temperatures, transformation of the martensite will also occur at pretty higher rate. Okay, so tempering is all about further refining the hardening heat treatment process. Hardened steel, whatever the properties are there, that is slightly modified so as to improve its ductility, reducing its brittleness. Okay, and that is done by tempering. That is nothing but reheating the cool hardened steel. Now that cooling, okay, if you are doing at various temperatures, you will have various formation. Okay, what I mean to say is, I told you are reheating it to temperature below the lower critical temperature, that is 727 degrees Celsius below. To that temperature below 727 you will be heating it. But that is like how many temperatures? Say if you are reheating it to around 150 to 250 degrees Celsius, it's actually of no use. Structure will actually still have the martensite. Suppose medium temperature tempering, that is if at all you are reheating to about 350 to 450 degrees Celsius, there will be formation of troosteid, where lightly the ductility will be increasing, hardness will be decreasing. Further higher temperature tempering, say around 500 to 650 degrees Celsius, there will be formation of sorbite, where it will completely eliminate the internal stress. Complete. And it will have higher ductility with adequate hardness. See, when I am telling tempering, I am not exactly removing the complete hardness. If I were to remove it completely, then I would have heated it again above the 727 degrees Celsius, because I am introducing the hardness. That is not my intention. There should be hardness also. At the same time, it should not be brittle, because martensite, though it is a strong phase, it will also impart the brittleness. I am improvising on that brittleness part. So that heating should be very careful, that reheating thing. Okay. So this is about tempering process. Mainly it is done on the hardened steel. Okay, hardened steel. This is the continuation of the hardening process. Okay. In the next video, I will be discussing on Aus tempering and Marr tempering. In that video, I will be discussing on both those tempering process. So that's it for now. Thank you.